I lived through this. I actually did meet someone on a plane. We were friends for about a year, and then we dated for about 3 months. And in that time, I found out all the things this person had been lying about.
Hey there, it's Kristen, and today we're chatting with
Iliza Shlesinger,
comedian and actress and writer of Netflix's new film, Good on Paper. Good on Paper is touted as a mostly true story that you not only star in, but you also wrote. I would love to hear about that.
Yeah, it's a mostly true story. I lived through this. I actually did meet someone on a plane. We were friends for about a year, and then we dated for about 3 months. And in that time, I found out all the things this person had been lying about. And this was someone that I was very close to. They knew all my friends, they knew my family, and it all came crashing down. So every single lie that Dennis Kelly says in this movie is a real lie that was told.
Oh my gosh, that is mind blowing. I mean,
Yeah.
And what better way to cathartically get through it than make a successful movie out of it?
It's exactly right. I started writing it as a cathartic process, and what I ended up with is so much more than I could have ever imagined, because somebody made it.
This film tackles ambition and status and kind of the way that we perceive people maybe feeling like you have to be something you're not in a really real way. Can you talk about that?
There's two themes to that. There's Andrea being frustrated with herself and where she is in her career, and everybody feels that way. But she's a person that puts in the work. She does the auditions, she gets frustrated, but all of her mistakes are her own, and she's self-made. And then on the other end of that spectrum, you have someone like Dennis who doesn't like where he is. And we talk about this at the end of the movie, but instead of doing the work, just decides to lie. And I think it speaks to, just the different approaches to feeling like lacking, I guess. And I really wanted to shed light on that like she's the good guy here, didn't have it coming. And he speaks to a type of sociopath that lives in our society where they are so angry with themselves and so broken that they just pay it forward and take it out on everyone else. The biggest arc in this movie, because I did not want it to be about her learning something from a guy, because that man doesn't carry enough weight as a person to teach a lesson. This was about her being okay with herself and not maligning another person who happens to be a woman for all of her shortcomings in a career. We all do it. We all look at someone and think, they're in my face all the time, they have everything. But the journey and the battle really lies within. And that was the most important transformation in this movie, was her conclusion towards Serena.
I'd love to hear a little bit more about just how you kind of wrote the women in this story.
Margaret chose characters based off of an amalgamation of 3 women in my life who were part of this story, but really is based off my best friend, who, among many things that she is, but happens to be queer. And so and she's been my best friend since I was 3. So I wanted to bring a realness to our dialogue. We're not candy coated. We're not like, what up, sexy bitch? Like, that's not how we speak, which is fine if you do. I wanted women to see this and be like, that is how I speak to my friend, not what people normally write for women. So I wanted to make sure that stayed honest. And with the relationship with Serena, I didn't want it to be rage-filled. I wanted her to be irked, and it comes out. And I wanted us to arrive at a conclusion where both of those women had a meeting of the minds versus just vilifying someone or versus beating someone in the end, because it's not about that.
Anything else you want to share about the film or what it was like, working on it? Maybe any fun or even challenging moments while filming?
The thing that I was most mindful of was it's so easy to malign women, especially when it comes to a rom-com, and it's so easy to judge a woman for her mistakes and her missteps in love. And so I wanted to be as authentic as possible. It was important to me that Andrea be a comic, because I've been told so many times that we can't show a woman being a stand-up comic, even though now there's so many shows about it. And so this was me saying, I know that I have something to say. I know that this character is real and this happened. And it was a challenge to make sure that we kept her grounded and showed the vulnerability so that you really feel for her and you don't just peg her as a woman that deserved it because she's too strong. So it's an incredibly honest piece of work that I'm very proud of.
If you like this one, you can check out more of my interviews right over here, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.